Breaking news from William Rochelle. Breaking news from William Rochelle. I said, breaking news from William Rochelle. I said, breaking news from William Rochelle. Yeah, breaking news from William Rochelle. Living direct, here we go. Breaking news from William Rochelle. This is something you should know. This just in, don't miss the call. Your moments now, stand tall. This just in, hear the tone. Your mind sharp, your future grown. Breaking news from William Rochelle. Breaking news from William Rochelle. I said, breaking news from William Rochelle. I said, breaking news from William Rochelle. This just in, thought of the day. Fresh new mindset coming your way. This just in, clear and bright. New perspective, new life. Breaking news from William Rochelle.
And happy Friday, everyone. We made it and we're feeling good, right? This is William Rochelle, but you can call me Bill. And this is UBU Live's Breaking News. Just so that you know, breaking news is not actually news. Consider it to be things in my life that I found or discovered that made a difference in my day. I am leaving the news portion to the Firebrand Project, to Aaron Parnas, to Don Lemon and all those guys that do it well. I know my lane, and my lane is about uplifting others, sharing what I found, and trying to be a positive light to everyone around me. So, some days don't follow a script. They follow a feeling. And today was one of those days. This episode starts with gratitude. And I want to thank Netta Faye. And that's Netta Faye, F-E-I. And actually, let me put that up. I thought I had added a banner, and I did not. Because there are two people that I want to honor today. Netta Faye. All right. I don't know Netta. I've never met her personally. But I got a chance. She was just one of the people listed like currently live on Substack. And I said, let me check it out. And when I went on, it was not what I expected at all. And the episode was fantastic. And I want to thank Netta Faye for hosting such a phenomenal show today. I follow her work, but this is the first time joining one of her live shows. And it was honestly really great. The conversation shifted into Reiki, intuition, and energy. And I was like, I'm following that. And then something interesting happened. One of the guests on Netta's show was a woman named Jackie, or she was actually the main person. And first of all, let me go back to my daughters say I should always lead with this. My sign is Cancer. And so what that means is I am a little bit sensitive to other people's reactions. I'm also often misunderstood. And I tend not to let, even if I don't know you, I tend not to let miscommunication go past where we're at. I always like to clean it up, even if I don't know you, because I feel it's just that. If it's miscommunication, let's communicate about it. So let me kind of tell you what happened. And it's my fault, 100%. So, like I said, I've never gone to Netta's show, and I had seen Jackie's one time, and it was like 3 minutes before she was going to close. So I joined her show, and wanting to engage, she had pointed and said, hey guys, look. And there were like a ton of birds on her balcony. And I said, what are those? And what I meant to say is, are those pets or are those wild birds? Are you feeding them? The problem was I shouldn't have said anything because she was in mid-show. I probably disrupted her flow. and I'm a name that she's not familiar with. So that most likely was taken the wrong way. And for that, I apologize to Jackie. I've never forgotten that moment. I did not recognize you initially on the show, but when I did, because I was feeling her energy, I felt like she was reading to me, and I'm like, that's the lady the woman that I kind of asked a bunch of questions while she was in the middle of the show, and she literally said in that moment, "Hey guys, I have 1 minute before I close out. Any more questions?" And then I tried to type a question, and then the show ended. I'm not sure if she blocked me or the show ended, but it is what it is. But Netta, I went to her and I said, "Hey, this occurred. I'd love for you to like explain to Jackie that I'm sorry. Um, and that it was a misunderstanding, and that I found her reading to be phenomenal. I felt like she was speaking to me. So I've said it, I've released it, it's out there. Jackie, I would love to apologize to you personally. I'm apologizing to you virtually because I can't reach you. And I think what you're doing is phenomenal. Moving on. Um, done that. Oh, Jackie's and that there's no ego and there's no excuses from me. I was wrong. It's just clarity and respect to both of you. But after Netta's live stream ended, guess what? Just sitting there, I saw and watched the founder of BFM. They're both on Substack, guys. Um, and BFM stands for Black Facts Matter. And the guy was great on his live. He was fantastic. But what's even more impressive is when you look at his profile and look at all the facts he's giving and everything he's debunking about the narrative that was placed on the Black community. I'm down with that. And you don't have to be Black to understand why this platform matters, because if you are as old as I am, sorry, you'll remember that Michael Jackson was not accepted on MTV, one of the biggest shows in the world, because he didn't fit their narrative. That's why we created BET, that now people are calling racist. No, it wasn't racist. It was because we weren't allowed on your television shows. We created our own platform. Let's get it straight. Black Girls Rock. Why do we need Black Girls Rock? Because for decades, the Black girl, the Black woman, was the least respected woman, the most underserved community in America. Why do we need Black Facts Matter? Because I'm old as hell, and I never knew about the Tulsa um, bombing, that there was ever a Black Wall Street until maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Unbelievable. The Black community, which I am part of, I am fully Black. I'm fully Black, historically, genetically, culturally, and I also understand how narratives about us have been shaped and often distorted Black history, and our history has been minimized, erased. We're seeing that right now. We're seeing an administration that wants to take this slavery out of the Black History Museum in Washington, D.C. I apologize right now because the facts don't belong to me. They belong to Black Facts Matters. And I'm not sure if it's called the Black Museum, but anyway, it's in D.C. I believe that it was started or funded through the Obama administration initially. And they want to take it out. They want to kind of right over Black Lives Matter Avenue and now rename it Charlie Kirk? Are you freaking kidding me? And I've said this before. I said this on my civil rights show last Sunday. If you don't know your history, you're going to repeat it. If you don't know your history, you're going to repeat it. When someone's house is on fire, you go, you get a hose, and you push it down. So why do I say that? I say that because the Black man and then the Black community has been killed. I'm just going to say that, murdered, by the very people that are paid to protect our communities. The narrative is that we're the problem. The truth is, statistically, we're not. We're the victims. Why did I begin last week's show with women's rights? Because I believe, and not men's rights, by the way, I believe that women's rights are under attack. That house is on fire. So why do we say, well, men need rights too? Because men aren't on fire, technically. But Black men are. Black women are. So when you say Black Lives Matter, you can't go and say, what about white lives? You guys aren't under the same attack that we are. When I say women's rights matter, you can't come and say, well, what about men's? You guys aren't under attack. So what about you? Not in a negative way, but explain to me why we need to kind of say your life matters when you're the one. It's a group of men, not you personally, but it's men that are telling a woman what to do with her body. It's men that are making decisions about how a woman is supposed to move. It's men that are making these decisions. So we don't need a men matters. We need a women's rights matter. It's their body. It's their choice. Me too. Me too. And women and the Black and brown community suffer from the same stigma. I said this with Curtis Brooks a few weeks ago or a month ago. And I feel bad, Curtis. I was riled up and I wanted to get my point out, but it wasn't about you. I wanted to get the point that I was trying to make out so that people heard it. Why is it that when it's comfortable for people in power, that a Black man at 14, a Black child at 14 makes a bad decision, we're talking about a child, or makes no decision and is just in the wrong area, that child is called a thug. That child can be tried as a man. We saw it in the Central Park Five. Guilty or not, they're presumed guilty until proven innocent. Why is it now that we're looking into the Epstein files that a 14-year-old girl, according to Megyn Kelly, I'm not saying anything that's not factual, a 14-year-old girl is considered a woman? It's not like she was 8 or anything. But a white guy, Kyle Rittenhouse, in his mid to late 20s, maybe even early 30s, I don't remember, can have his mother drive him across state line with an AK-47 to a Black Lives Matters protest. He get out of his car at a Black Lives Matters protest with an AK-47, shoots the group up, just riddled with bullets. And when he's tried, they say, this poor kid, he was scared. The black community didn't drive to his house and go and say, we're going to fuck you up. No, he drove to their community, to their protest, which was whatever it was, whatever. He had no right to do that. But the fact that the narrative is, if you're a 14-year-old black kid or a 14-year-old girl, you deserve whatever you get. And if you're a 25 to 30-year-old guy and you happen to be not a black or brown person, you're a kid. I'm not down with that. Not at all. So when it comes to Black Facts Matter, the reason why I got so excited to see that is because we don't hear the full story. We don't know about the innovation, the restraint, the resilience, and the contribution that we have made to this country without getting any credit for it. Yet they use our face to sell products like Uncle Ben's rice and Aunt Jemima, because the white people in the time knew that if a black person's face was on the package, that they knew it was going to be good. It was going to be great food. So that's why they named it like that. Know your history. And if you're unsure, I'm going to tell you to subscribe, but not only subscribe, become a part of the community. Speak up. Add your voice to BFM and on Substack. Subscribe, because we all use subscribers, but really what we need are soldiers. We need people that say, hey, I'm a part of this community and I'm going to support you. Because sometimes when you're out there spewing your stuff, you don't know who's listening and who's not. So today, I heard, I felt, and I loved what I saw that young man doing. We're fed up with being caricatures, and this platform that he has cuts right through the noise and straight to the heart of what's going on. This episode is also an announcement that on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm closing out the final show of UBU Live, the finale. I don't have an agenda yet. I don't have a forced programming in place. I'll set the space and let the message come through. That's the way I usually do most of my programs anyway. It's really authentic, and it's what's hitting my heart in that moment. Netta, BFM, you guys touched my heart today. I appreciate that. And right now, what's happening is I am heading to my Friday night jam, and I am late. Woohoo! I'll be over on LinkedIn right now. It started 15 minutes ago. So if you guys want to see me dance, and I'll be there. I'm going to go to Sing Your Heart Out on LinkedIn. The theme is City Pop. This is one of those shows where there's no pressure, no performance, just music and laughter and release after a heavy week. I also want to touch on the final thing, which is Aaron Gibson's, and I'm going to cover this on Sunday in depth if Kinga will join me, on the hashtag World Ceasefire Project. I'm going to speak on it more on Sunday because peace starts in moments like these. When we slow down, when we listen, when we fix what we can, when we fix what we can, when we fix what can be fixed. That's it. That's all. Thank you for listening. This is William Rochelle with Breaking News, signing off.
Breaking news from William Rochelle. Breaking news from William Rochelle. I said, breaking news from William Rochelle. I said, breaking news from William Rochelle. Yeah, yeah. Breaking news from William Rochelle. Living direct, here we go. Breaking news from William Rochelle. This is something you should know. This just in, don't miss the call. Your moments now. Stand tall, this just in. Here to tone your mind sharp, your future grown. Breaking news from William Rochelle. Breaking news from William Rochelle. I said, breaking news from William Rochelle. I said, breaking news from William Rochelle. Yeah, this just in, thought of the day. Fresh new mindset coming your way. This just in, clear and bright. New perspective, new light. Breaking news from William Rochelle.